Hello. There you go. What's new? Who has started school? Who has not started school? Started. Was it good? And first day. Find all your classes. What? Find all your classes. Oh yeah, it's like, you know, every year. So my high school was huge, like 3,000 students. So math class was one side of the building. English class was literally only like a good quarter mile away from my locker. So it was, you know, I got my PE in every day, so I didn't have to take PE. So. So tonight we're gonna we're gonna ask the question tonight is, are you happy? No. Sort of. What now? Q&A time. What are some things that make you happy? Your dog. Okay. Food every time. Last night I had the new Wingstop fries. They are excellent. Very filling. Okay. What else? What else makes you happy? Video games. Okay. What? Singleness makes you happy. All right. Singleness. Wow. I'm sorry. Anything else? All right, cool. So, if you have a Bible or a YouVersion app, turn to the last chapter of the book of Cinderella. You don't have that one? You don't have that book? Cinderella? Okay. What about the book Sleeping Beauty? Sleeping Beauty? Might have that somewhere? No? Okay. Yeah. Cool. Maybe the book Snow White. You might have that copy of the Bible. Okay. No? Are you in the YouVersion app? Check it. Check the books. Okay. So, if there was a book of the Bible titled those, you were correct. The last verse would be happily ever after. Right? Happily ever after. So, I'm going to tell you about one of the happiest days of my life. Go ahead and pull that picture up. So, Tamara's not in here. She's beat stars. But, go ahead, next one. So this is the day I asked her to marry me. On the Riverwalk, Christmas time. You all know that area right by the mall? Yeah. So it was closed. They had a rope around it, but they just put the tree up, but nobody allowed. We snuck over there to take pictures. She didn't know I was going to do it. So she's like, what are you doing? And then the next slide. And there it is. And then she said yes. And then, happily ever after, right? Yeah. So, right? Who said we had kids? Who said that? Nice. Okay. So, right? So, Matthew 5. We're going to take a little detour. And we're going to talk. You'll see how this affects in a minute. So, Matthew 5, Jesus is preaching the Sermon on the Mount. His most famous sermon that he preached was the Sermon on the Mount. And in that sermon was a thing called the Beatitudes. So, we're going to go through that. In Matthew 5, it says, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed those who mourn, they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, they shall be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall receive mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of God. Blessed you are when others rebel and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you and falsify on my account. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great in heaven, for so they persecuted the prophets who were before you. Interesting thing about that text. You go in I'm a Bible nerd, theology nerd. I like what the Greek meaning is of words, that kind of deal. So, because the New Testament was written in Greek. If you didn't know that, it was written in Greek. So, the Greek word they use for blessed or blessed is actually their word for happiness, which is pronounced Markios. No, Markios. I'm not Greek. Markios. Now, why is that important? So, now let's read it. Think of that passage again. So, happy are the poor in spirit. Theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Happy are those who mourn. They shall be comforted. Happy are the meek. They shall inherit the earth. Happy are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness. They shall be satisfied. Happy are the merciful. And so on and so on. So, but we're not done with happiness, right? Like, we talked about, what makes you happy, your dog, singleness, and food, right? So, what are some things that you think makes other people happy that you aren't? Your wealth, maybe, maybe looks. Last time I talked, we talked about identity and how that was like the thing we looked at that we thought was our identity. It wasn't like looks and grades and status in life, all that kind of stuff, right? So if the world wrote the Beatitudes, it would sound a little bit like, blessed are the beautiful, they should be admired. Blessed are the wealthy, for they have it all. Blessed are the popular, they shall be loved. Blessed are the famous, for they shall be followed on Twitter. Does that sound about right? That sound about right?
Yeah.
So, what is another word for being happy?
Joy.
Bingo. Joy. Good job. Being joyful. Joy is one of the fruit of the Spirit. If you aren't familiar with that one, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Nehemiah says, 8:10 it says, and do not be grieved, the joy of the Lord is your strength. James 1 says, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you will know the testing of your faith produces perseverance. So you consider pure joy. May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in Him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. I'm out of order, I'm sorry, but go to that first picture that I had. Not that one, the one.
SpongeBob?
Yes, SpongeBob. Ever met someone who's just way too happy?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're like, it almost feels like it's not real. It's not, right? Or you ever feel like maybe the next slide, like maybe you aren't happy but you aren't really sad either. And then what's the next one? Maybe like you were. Remember you were? How he was like the guy who was always down on everything. And everything was like, oh, woe is me. Oh, I lost something, I can't find it. He loses his tail all the time. You always look at the negative in everything. You can never be happy. Think, Winnie the Pooh could give him a whole pot of honey and he wouldn't be happy. Like, hey, I just got some honey, here you go. I know I eat a lot of it, here you go. Nothing. Nothing would happen. Philippians, it's not on the screen, but Philippians 4:11 says, this is Paul. Now he is in prison when he wrote Philippians. He's in prison because it's legal to preach the gospel and they were killing Christians and putting them in jail. So he wrote the Philippians. At the end of it, he is giving thanks to people who helped him out and tell him he's okay, that kind of stuff. What it says in 4:11, he says, not that I was ever in need, for I have learned how to be content with whatever I have. I know how to live on almost nothing or with everything. I have learned the secret of living in every situation, whether it is with a full stomach or empty, and playing for little, for I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. Joy of the Lord gives you strength. The difference between being joy and being happy is happiness is just in a good mood. But joyful means you can go through it and still be okay. Last time I was here, I was talking about how I had a really crazy upbringing. 8th grade, I was depressed, had deaths in the family. I was not wanting to live myself until I was 14. Christ kind of showed me my life. And then I found out what joy was. I'll keep it kind of short tonight. But in Psalms 30:11 says, you have turned my mourning into joyful dancing. You have taken away my clothes of mourning and clothed me with joy. There are times when in life I have felt so just depression almost doesn't even cover the word. Feelings of rejection, feelings of failure, feelings of just, I can't do this anymore. But turn my mourning to joyful dancing. You have taken away my clothes of mourning and clothed me with joy. Tonight, we're going to spend the rest of the time just worship. And if you don't have your joy tonight, Jesus wants to give you the strength, His joy. I know things can be crazy right now. Things are so crazy right now with what's going on in the world with COVID, with things going on in the Middle East. It's nuts. Going back to school. You know, sometimes you probably hear your parents talk about all the politics that's going on. You're like, just stop talking. And it just be too much. So tonight, as we worship, the Star leads us. Find your worship, find your joy. Seek after Him tonight. Please, don't let the enemy steal your joy. Don't let him lie to you and tell you, okay, you're being rejected, and I'm just gonna just swoop that drill into you more. I'm gonna just, go and tell you, man, school is just not working. I can't get my grades, I can't get my athletics done. Don't want to tell you, man, my girlfriend, my boyfriend, they don't understand what's going on. My parents don't understand what's going on. They don't get me. They don't understand. I am just give it to God. Give Him you. Tonight, stand on your feet. Skylar, use the worship. You all you got, guys.
Got to meet. My name is Skylar. Some of y'all already know. Y'all already know the way that we do is we're not just leading worship tonight. We're worshiping